So our opponent is now at 1. The land gets bounced back to our hand. So next turn, hopefully, we can close this out and get our 7 wins. So we got really lucky here. So once again, we have drafted a weird Landfall, sort of, not really, deck. You know, we have a lot of Landfall, but none of the Territorial Scythecat action. We did draft Moraug, so this is going to be hilarious. We're going to have, hopefully, a Tuktuk Rubblefort hasted Moraug that's flying with this contraption. That will be the dream, and of course, everything else is a whole bunch of Dauntless Survivors, Akoum Hellhounds, Brushfire Elemental, Teeter Peak Ambusher, Expedition Champion, so getting some early 1-1 counter damage outplays with Sizzling Barrage to get in that early damage and ending with the Moraug. So that is the plan, and let's see how we do. Time to update my text. This is going to be 0-0. Moraug. Again. What would I do if if I got pied in the face? I've been pied in the face on my birthday before, so I laughed and ate the pie. It was delicious. Our opponent is going first. We have 1 playable creature. We have an ambush. We have Scale the Heights to draw more cards, so I guess this isn't the worst. So let's go with this. What would you do if one of your in real life friends randomly pied you in the face? Mr. Hal Jordan, what would you do? Seagate Benneret, okay. I'm not too concerned about that. Ooh, Hellhound. You came 1 turn too late, but let's get you out there first. Punch them out of the reaction since you're scared? Okay, interesting. Ooh, we got our Cliffhaven Kitesail already. Our opponent is attacking for 1. We do not want to block that, so we will take 1 damage. That's not a problem. And here, we have some options. Dauntless Survivor onto Akoum Hellhound would be pretty nice, and then we can maybe put the Kitesail over it to fly. However, that's very inconsistent. We do have 2 lands, so we'll get in at least a couple of damage. The Kitesail isn't really going to help us all that much, so maybe we don't go for that. So I think our best bet is to have the Hellhound. We'll put the Dauntless Survivor to have the 1-1 counter on the Hellhound. And then we will attack with it, because it doesn't do any. It doesn't get +2/+2 on our opponent's turn. And then Cliffhaven Kitesail. So we plan out our next couple of turns. We have a mountain. We can put Scale the Heights to make our Hellhound even bigger. So next turn it could get pretty big. So I think we might be able to win the race if we just have Cliffhaven Kitesail here. So hopefully our opponent doesn't have Bubble Snare or anything weird onto our Akoum Hellhound, because that would be pretty bad. If you punched your friend out of or your wife out of reaction, though, that would be pretty bad for them. I mean, you know, you had self-defense and martial arts training, so that would probably do some serious damage to your friends. Hopefully that never happens. You should warn your friends not to mess with you. So, like we said, we have the mountain. We can Scale the Heights, so we can play an additional land this turn. But we can't fight. So right now, I can fight the flying creature, and I think that's going to be good enough. We don't want to deal with our opponent's flying creature, and we still get in 3 damage this turn anyway, so I think this is going to be our best bet here. Unfortunately, our opponent does get to draw a card, but we attack for 4 damage. So yeah, well, if your friends got get by your reactions one time, I'm sure they won't do it again. If you have a wife or girlfriend, though, you should definitely warn them. Into the Royal. All right, bounces our Akoum Hellhound. Good thing we didn't put more woman counters onto it. We are now losing this race, however, so we can get the. I guess it doesn't matter, but Hellhound. We can get our. If I play the mountain, we don't get boosted next turn. However, it looks like we're going to have to use it as a chump blocker soon anyway. So I think my best bet is probably to stack woman counters on Teeter Peak Ambusher. So what we want to do is, while our opponent is tapped out more or less, we get our Teeter Peak Ambusher out here, and we get our Dauntless Survivor to pump up our Teeter Peak Ambusher. And then we can attack for 1. We can snub. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. To have that happen. Wind Rider Wizard. Okay. Oh no, Seafood Stalker. Our own favorite card, Seafood Stalker. It's coming back to haunt us. Ooh, okay, so we do have a mountain. That's excellent. I think we got pretty lucky with this mountain here. So with the mountain, we definitely want to cast Kazandu Stomper. There's no point attacking the Akoum Hellhound. So let's do this, and we will drop the Kazandu Stomper. And then we will indeed return 2 cards to our hand. And the next turn we can cast Scale the Heights and get double tokens. So that's pretty good. Or, sorry, double power up, not double tokens, what I'm talking about. If you have tips, well, it depends, right? I think in terms of getting, I'm going to assume you're a guy, Hal Jordan. I mean, I think that's a pretty reasonable assumption, although, I don't want to assume, but yes, okay, so there you go. If you identify as a guy, my best advice is to be happy with yourself first before you even try and get anyone else's attention. I think that would be my best advice, looking back as an old man. Let's see. So I want to drop a land, scale the heights. Our opponent has two mana though, so they're probably going to bounce Kazandu. So I guess that's risky. I don't need to yet, so I'm going to attach Cliffhaven Kitesail onto Kazandu, and if they bounce it, they'll bounce it, and if they don't, I will deal with it afterwards. Because I now have 2 lands this turn, so if they bounce it next turn, I can still scale the heights and maybe do something with my Akoum Hellhound. But let's see what happens if I attack for 6 damage here. Our opponent's board is actually pretty scary. They have the Seagate Banneret here. So our opponent takes a bunch of damage. I want to leave the 3 mana open for the Teeter Peak Ambusher here. 4/4, then we can block something and trade properly, I guess. So I don't need to scale the heights just yet. I don't look a day over 20. Yeah, that's just because my hat. If you check out my hair, I don't know. I'm also obviously Asian. I'm Chinese, so the Chinese don't really age from the age 20 to 60. Ooh, another flyer. Okay, so our opponent got a little bit lucky there. And another potential flyer. But hopefully they can't fly on their turn. How did I get my wife? Well, it's kind of just a classic story. We went to college, but we didn't really hang out all that much in college. But then after college, just based on our mutual friend group and where we ended up living and hanging out with friends, etc., you know, we ended up together. Met in college, dated afterwards, and got married. Let's see, our opponents can do whatever they want to do now. They only have 1 card left. They are attacking, so unless they can do 11 damage, Blademaster can double strike, so let's count this out. We have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. 8 damage. If they have the Dauntless Unity here, I'm going to lose, so I actually have to block a whole bunch of creatures here. Let's go for the block. We don't want Teeter Peak Ambusher to die. Next turn, this guy only deals 6 damage. So we do want to kill as many creatures as possible. So it's going to be double on this. This is going to chump that. And the Seafood Stalker is a Seafood Stalker, so it's going to do whatever it's going to do. And double strike only deals 2 damage. Ooh, but we're gonna lose this creature. Okay, so we're just gonna block the Blademaster and block this way. Although I need to block the Seafood Stalker because it has unblockable, so let's do that. I'm guessing my opponent has Dauntless Unity here. Yes, you can assume safely that she has not yet done that quite yet. First strike damage. Yes, you can do first strike damage. Pass 2 damage. I guess I will have to pump this. Ooh, I actually need Teeter Peak Ambusher to survive here. Will I survive? Yes, if he has Dauntless Unity, this Teeter Peak should survive, correct? Okay, yeah, so now I think I have enough creatures to win. I think. +1/+1, 7. 7 minus 2 is 5. Oh man, do I not have enough to win here? My opponent is going to have to block Teeter Peak Ambusher. So I think if I just leave Dauntless Survivor... Okay, so if I attack, my opponent is definitely going to have to block with... but if he has that 1 card, that 1 card could wreck me, huh? Wait, if my opponent needs to block this guy, do I put the 1/1 counter on Dauntless Survivor? Oh man, I'm running out of time. Uh-oh. Okay, so I do this, and then I attack with everything? Do I attack with everything here? I do, because I have both of my opponent's creatures will die here. They have to block. So it really depends on whether or not my opponent has a card. If they have like, if they have that party member kill card, I think I'm done here. Well, if you want me to answer the question, I need to hear the story. Sometimes we, sadly enough, I have to say, we deserve it. Okay, so our opponent blocks are fledgling. I'm not sure why they did that. So I suppose I have to spend my mana doing that now. And we have exactly enough damage. So our opponent made a mistake not blocking the Teeter Peak Ambusher here. But I suppose we'll take the win. So, if you don't want to... I don't exactly want you to tell me the story. Oh. Okay, well... So, when you tell that story, again, I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to tell any story. I don't know you all that well. I'm not saying you deserve it. I'm not saying... And obviously, I don't know the girl you're talking about, but... you know... Sometimes... people aren't in the best mood. Sometimes they don't receive things well. But also, you as a person maybe might have come off a little bit too aggressive. Or if you guys hadn't known each other at all and you're just going up to a random person, they might have gotten scared. Hey, like you said, if maybe she thought you were going to pie her in the face. I don't know, man. There could be a bunch of reasons, but... ooh, we're going first. We have Akoum Hellhound. We have the Pickaxe. This could be fun. But without knowing you or knowing any of the girls, I have no idea what to tell you, man. Akoum Hellhound is nice. Unfortunately, we don't have any other green source. So... we just might have to... I guess we'll have to sacrifice this. Hopefully this pays off. Do I give it flying now? If I give it flying now, it becomes a prime target. Our opponent is playing white, though. Screw it. Let's do it. We have no other plays anyway. Well, okay, if you got punched 14 times by different people, then maybe it has something to do with the way you are going about it. Again, I don't know you, I don't know the ladies, so I can't give you any better advice. 4/5 Akoum Hellhound. Quite scary. Next turn we do get our Draga Visionary. Hopefully we can draw into something nice. Our opponent looks like they are stuck on only white mana. Spitfire Lagac is pretty sweet, so we'll drop a mountain. And once again have the Spitfire Lizard hit the board. I say again, of course, this is the first time it's hit the board. Oh, I need to update this. This is we are 1-1 right now. 1-0. Ooh, Dauntless Survivor. Okay, okay. Our opponent, again, yep, is stuck on one color. So what we get to do here is drop a land. We do a whole bunch of damage. We want to draw a card, so to give us more chance of drawing more lands. And then we will attack with the Hellhound. No Moorag yet, you are correct. However, we have 6 mana. We have 6 mana next turn, so if we draw Moorag. However, if by the time we draw Moraug, it looks like we're gonna win already anyway. If I drop a land, that's gonna deal 1 damage, and then this is 4/5. So unless they have a way to deal with our Akoum Hellhound right now, they are going to lose. And honestly, even if they do deal with our Akoum Hellhound, we just move the Cliffhaven Kitesail to our other creatures and continue the assault. So I don't think it makes all that much of a difference. Molten Blast, of course, is a good way to deal with that. But like I said, we can simply equip our Cliffhaven Kitesail onto our Visionary. And so I can cast the Dauntless Survivor and give the Draga Visionary 1/1 counter. However, I don't need to do that because if I do 3 damage here, we're going to win next turn anyway just by dropping the Forest. So putting the Dauntless Survivor onto the Draga Visionary when they have 2 mana open is a little bit of a risk. Oof, okay. Okay, so that's a 4/2 now. But like I said, it doesn't matter. They don't have any life gain, so all we do here is drop the forests, and we get the win. Excellent. Performance mode. Oops, I keep hitting performance mode for no reason. Properties. Let's change this to 2-0. Yes, it does seem like I like turtles, huh? The Turt is my friend. I love turtles. Turtles are the best. Well, that is a very interesting situation. If you describe that, you know, every girl you've approached has, I guess, rejected you, and even your friends don't want to help out ladies who might be interested in you, either you have really horrible friends, or, you know, maybe there is some self-reflecting you might need to do. So I think that goes back to something I mentioned earlier. The best place to be to find a companionship or a relationship is to make sure you are happy with who you are first. If you're not happy with who you are, it's pretty hard for someone else to be happy with you or for you. So I guess, again, without knowing you or the ladies or your friends, I don't know how to give you better advice. I'm not saying it's your fault, necessarily. Again, I don't know you, I don't know the ladies, I don't know your friends. But if it keeps happening all around you, I mean, you're the common denominator, right? And in situations like that, that's when you need to self-reflect. So, for example, when we're playing Magic cards, if you are playing a deck that everyone else is playing, ooh, we see the Moraug, but we don't have enough lands. So, do I reclaim the wastes right now? I guess so. I don't have anything really better to do. So, like I said, if you are playing a deck that everyone else is playing, but you aren't climbing, and let's say your win rate ends up being 40% when everyone else is playing 50%, I mean, we can sit there and say, oh man, this deck sucks, why do I keep losing? But, I mean, everyone else seems to be doing okay. They might not be climbing to Mythic all the way, but they're still doing better than what you're getting out of the deck. So sometimes when that happens, you just gotta think, maybe what can I do better? Wow, one of your friends got a girlfriend, but welcome to her mom, making out with her, dating to this day. Well, stories like that, again, I don't know your friend, I don't know the lady. Maybe they've met before, maybe your friend is really good looking, maybe your friend is charming, maybe they've known each other before. There's a whole bunch of things that can play into that, so, you know, what's what you can learn from that is try and identify really all of the things, all of the different things that, oh, out, yikes. Trying to blow up my Sentinel. I kind of need it, so I guess I will waste my spell to protect my flying creature here. The best you can do is try and identify the things you can work on, right? Your friend getting the lady isn't anything you can control. The lady reacting the way that she did to your friend isn't something you can control. So in situations like this, like, my best advice is focus on the things that you can focus on and just think about it. What can you do better? And think about all the other factors that might be in play that you just aren't aware of. Ooh, so now we can scale the heights, draw a card. Oh man, the dream is here. Is the dream here? We have the Tuktuk Rubblefort going. We have Moraug coming in next turn. I think the dream is here. Well, being fat by itself isn't necessarily a complete showstopper. You know, there are people who are attractive to larger people, but all right. So can we? Yeah, we can, right? We can. Let's do this. Moraug is going in. We have the flyer. We have the Moraug. So let's go. Yes, we are just lacking flying. Yeah, if we had the flying here, this game would be over. That would be great. But yeah, I mean, just because you're extra larger, just because your friend might be larger doesn't mean it's hopeless. There are people who are attracted to that. And wait, why don't I get? Oh, I didn't landfall this turn. Ah, so that's why I didn't get the extra. Oh, but our opponent apparently draws dead, and we claim the victory. That is quite nice. Can't complain. It's not annoying me. I don't mind talking about it. I mean, if you want to hear me rant on about nothing, I will rant on about nothing. But if you're asking me for serious advice or advice that's directly personal to you, I don't think I can give that again. I don't know you, I don't know anybody you're talking about, but I can give you general advice. And I don't mind doing that. Draft deck, here we go, 3-0, on to the next. Well, you can try getting new friends. I don't know. Like, for example, when you bring up that the fact that your friend is fat, I mean, are you suggesting that you think because he's fat he shouldn't be getting the ladies? Right? That's not inherently true. Just because you're on the larger side doesn't mean you shouldn't get the ladies, and doesn't mean it's impossible. 2. Brushfire Elemental goes in, and we can swing for 1. And I think maybe that could be one of the oh no, Cliffhaven Sellsword. Okay, so we can get the pickaxe on here. We can drop the mountain. Becomes a 5/5 creature. We can attack into this. I was meaning that it surprised me that cheerleader fell for him. Well, then again, it's a similar discussion, right? What do you think your friend hang on, let me think a second here. Skyclave Sentinel and then drop the land, I suppose. I don't think I need the fight. I don't have anything to fight with, really. Your friend must have some interesting qualities about him then. Think about what those might be. Maybe he's extra friendly. Maybe he's a good listener. Maybe he has some interesting talents. And maybe your friend is really happy with who he is. And again, going back to what I started with, people who are happy with themselves are a lot more attractive to other people. Our opponent is attacking with 4-3, so I guess we'll have to take that. Scale the heights, not exactly what we wanted. But we get to draw a card. One counter on our Sentinel for sure. We can drop the Mountain once again. 8 damage. But our opponent has 1, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. So I can attack with the Brushfire Elemental, but not the Skyclave. This is not good. Okay, so our opponent blocks. That actually, I think, makes it slightly better for us. Our opponent will probably attack with these 2 creatures here next turn. If he's a party goer, well then, maybe he's very outgoing and charming. Or maybe he has a positive energy, or the kind of, I don't know, charisma. Charisma is the word I'm looking for, I suppose. Our opponent is attacking for 4 damage, which is fine with me. I think I can still survive another 4 damage. Hopefully we're drawing a land here. I think if we draw a land here, we might win, unless our opponent has a kill spell. Yep, our opponent is tapping out. So we draw a land here, so we are going to win, I believe. We have the flyer. This is unblockable, but he can block. Our opponent can block with the Expedition Champion. So how do we win here? If we attack, our opponent has to block with the Expedition Champion. We can't attack with the Skyclave Sentinel because... wait, but if we just attack with the Brushfire Elemental, they might not block. So we have to attack with both to force our opponent to block. And then we only have 1 creature left. Our opponent can sneak 1 creature in, but that's not enough damage. We have 9, and we can block the Expedition Champion. So I think our best bet here is to drop the Stomper. And we will return that to the hand. We will attack with both creatures. Ooh, 8. That's only 8. I miscalculated a little bit. But no, let's attack with... yeah, let's attack with 5. Because now we have an extra land here. Maybe I should have dropped the Moorog instead. Uh-oh. I think I need to drop the Moorog instead. Your friend was also famous for doing stupid stuff. Well, maybe that's the charisma. That was the kind of energy that lady was looking for. Everyone's a little bit different, right? Oh, my opponent has Dauntless Unity here, doesn't he? So, what can I survive? Dauntless Unity is +1/+1. Or +2/+1. So I'll have to block the ambusher. Just in case they pump, and then I'll have to block the Expedition Champion. I believe this is what I have to block. They have Dauntless Unity. I'll serve... Oh no, I won't even survive the Dauntless... Oh wait, I do survive it. They have Dauntless Unity here. Sizzling Barrage. Okay, gets rid of my flyer. But that's fine, because I can survive the rest of the damage. And we take the win. Well, your friend doesn't sound like the nicest person, but hey, if you're still friends with him, sounds like you guys have a cool thing going on. 4-0. Ooh, this deck is doing pretty good if I do say so myself. I'm running out of water. I need to get to 7 wins and then drink some water. Get more water. What got you to do Taekwondo and what belt you are? I was in college. We had some, I guess, physical education requirements that we needed to do. And I chose Taekwondo because the people doing the recruiting for the Taekwondo sport, like casual sport team, we did compete at the collegiate level, but they were really cool and really nice, so I decided to try it out. And I did end up getting to green belt with blue stripes. I know every outlet is slightly different, but yeah. Green belt with blue stripe? No, did I get to blue belt? I think I might have gotten to blue belt. I don't exactly remember. Here we go. 3, Expedition Champion. No attacks. First degree, first dan black belt. Nice, nice. Good for you, good for you. Wow. Interesting. They have the kicker action going on here. So what do? I put the Lagac here. And I attack for 4. First degree, that's some tough work. At my dojang, we, like I said, train together for the tournaments, sparring, forums. Yeah, I saw the amount of work that needs to go into that black belt. So good for you. Got into Taekwondo to make you feel better after being. Power Rangers was Taekwondo, really? Oh. I think you are correct about that. Okay, so we have the Dream hand here, but I think I need to save mana for Sizzling Barrage here. So what I'm gonna do is drop Cliffhaven Kitesail onto our Lagac here, and then attack with everything. This way we can Sizzling Barrage the Aesthetic. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you've been bullied your entire life. it does kind of suck. I was like the tiniest kid growing up, so I too got bullied quite a bit. But it gets better if, like I said, you decide to work on yourself. And, you know, whatever you do have control over, you work on that. So, we can attack with this, and, well, we will lose that creature if we attack with it. So let's attack with just the Spitfire and see what happens. Might of Murasa. Unfortunately, we lose our creature. So now we equip our Cliffhaven Kitesail onto our Expedition Champion. Whoa, 280 in 5th grade. That is a lot of food. Do you like food? Do you have... Whoa, what am I doing here? I have a Moraug, but this Moraug is going to die very quickly, unfortunately. I don't have any evasion for it, so I have to put flying on it next turn, I suppose. So I might as well just attack with the Expedition Champion now. Got down to 180, and now you're 228.19. Well, that's quite a development. Were you trying to lose the weight, or what was the story there? 100 pounds is quite a lot to lose. If that's what you were going for, good for you. That takes a lot of dedication to lose all of that weight. Power Rangers, man, that's also nostalgic. My generation was the original Power Rangers, so definitely like that. Whoa, Might of Murasa is excellent. So now I can have a Flying Moraug, but we don't have Landfall, so the best I can do here is just attack for 6, or 7 actually. Our opponent has Landfall. We are getting pretty desperate here. However, we do have 11. We have 6 plus 5, so I think we win. Our opponent has no more spells. We draw a land to add insult to injury. And then let's attack. And yeah, I don't want to risk anything, so I'll just cast Might of Murasa now and attack for 12, even though we have another combat phase right after. I've actually never dealt damage in the second combat phase with Moraug, so I just wanted to secure the win, even though technically we had a second attack going in. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Nice. Power Rangers. 5-0. Was that Kimberly? I think that was pink, right? Is that pink? Wow, where did you get a chance to do that? That sounds pretty cool. Ooh, our opponent is going first. We have Moraug, we have Cliffhaven, but we only have Dauntless Survivor to survive on, so I think this is going to be our first loss. I don't think we can keep getting lucky and drawing exactly what we need every single time, so I think this is the one game that we lose here. What? Just as I said that, I draw into Brushfire Elemental. Are you kidding me? Our opponent's probably gonna have a kill spell for it though. Our opponent, Mr. Burrito, so I'm guessing it's a he, definitely has a kill spell somewhere. Core Celebrant is good because it cannot block our Brushfire Elemental. So here we go. We can put this here. 3/3 isn't enough to ambush the Celebrant, so let's put a Dauntless Survivor here. 1/1 counter on the Brushfire. And we will attack with the Brushfire Elemental. Opponent can't block, so that's great. And let's put the Cliffhaven onto the Brushfire, make this basically impossible to block. If our opponent doesn't have a kill spell for our Brushfire Elemental, they're going to be very sad very soon, but they probably have Hagra's Mauling if they have 4 mana open like this. So we can drop another land. We'll get Skyclave Sentinel in here next, but let's attack first and see what our opponent dishes at us. Smite the Monstrous comes in, so we're going to actually take the opportunity here to destroy our opponent's Core Celebrant. To prevent our opponent from gaining life. And we still get in for 1 damage. My favorite Power Ranger was black. I liked the Mammoth. I thought the Mammoth was hilarious. My second favorite would definitely have been blue because the Triceratops was a dinosaur, and I love dinosaurs. I was absolutely obsessed with dinosaurs. Okay, so we are getting closer. Closer and closer to 6 mana. We do need double red though, so we need the next land to be red. We can get the Skyclave here. And we can get our second Dauntless Survivor in for another 1/1 counter. And we can't do anything about the Mucklord. Wow. Blood Beckoning. I seriously underestimate this card. This card is doing so much damage to us. Kimberly was my first fictional crush. Nice. I do not remember who Zach or Adam is. I am sorry. I think I need to lean forward. Maybe... I'm not sure if you can hear me if I lean back. Completely forgot about that. Spitfire Lagac. Let's see what our opponent does first. Let's attack with the Skyclave Sentinel and see if our opponent blows it up. They do not, so let's go ahead and get our Spitfire Lagac out. Lagac? Weird. This is the weirdest word in the entire set, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that. How would you pronounce this? My first fictional crush is old school. It would definitely have to be Sailor Moon. I mean, I think Sailor Moon speaks for herself. Don't need to give any more explanation than that. The Mucklord. Relic Vial, okay, doesn't do too much for our opponent. Pyroclastic Hellion isn't too bad. We get to bounce a land, and it doesn't matter anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. I will return a land. Our opponent takes 2 damage from that. We drop the Forest, deal another 1 damage, and then we can attack with the Skyclave Sentinel. We are chipping away at our opponent. Who is Sailor Moon? Oh man. Until end of turn. Oh wow. That's a nice combo. So our opponent gains a bunch of life, draws a card, gets Core Celebrant in. That's nice. You will have to Google that yourself. It was a one of the I would consider it the OG animated anime, along with Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were sort of the original breakthrough animations that made it out of Japan. I was living in Hong Kong at that point, so yeah, that was pretty big. Okay, so Ghastly Gloom Hunter, we can get 2 flying creatures here this turn. So let's get Cliffhaven Kitesail onto our Hellion. Our opponent cast Deadly Alliance on that, so that's fine. That actually just lets us cast Cliffhaven Kitesail onto our Spitfire, and then we can attack for both creatures. Attack with both creatures, sorry. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai Avatar: Last Airbender. Yep, that is a good choice. You should definitely watch through Avatar. Personally, I haven't watched through Avatar yet. I got into that craze a little bit too late. Oh no, they're gonna kick the Gloom Bat. Okay. Wow, our opponent is gaining a whole bunch of life. 4 damage. Yeah, I don't think I need 4 damage at the moment, so let's go with that. Cobra Kai, I am not watching that. I enjoyed Karate Kid, but Cobra Kai seems more of a nostalgia film than anything too intriguing. So I will put it on Skyclave Sentinel instead. I will attack with both of these. Wow, I have watched Cobra Kai as a TV series. Karate Kid, I absolutely love that movie. But Karate Kid 2, I think I watched, that was mediocre, and then I think they came up with a 3rd one or something, and that I just completely lost interest after that. And then because it was done so poorly, oof, we lose our Moraug. Boo. Okay, so what can we do here? We definitely want to block the Null Priest. Our opponent is going to drain us for 2, but they're going to do 2 damage anyway. So we just don't want our creatures to be destroyed, really. So yeah, I don't think there's any problem with me blocking the Muck Lord. That's 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. So we should still be fine. Our opponent would be at 11. If I don't block it, they don't gain 2 life though. And then I think I should have enough. 4, 8, 11, 12. Yeah, so this should be good. Oh, I miscalculated. Pretty badly, actually, as it seems. So now I do need to make sure I have blockers for both of those. Blockers that aren't going to destroy them. Oh shoot, do I lose? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot Null Priest has lifelink. Ooh, did that cost me the game? 4, 8. Oh, I have 12. And my opponent is out of mana, so I think I win here. Luck's out here, we got exact damage. Exactamente. What style of bending. Earthbender, that sounds pretty cool. I think I would be water. Again, I haven't watched the show, but from what I understand, water, air, earth, and fire are the elements, and I am pretty sure I would be water without watching the show. 6-0, let's see if we can bring this home. Why do you consider yourself earthbending? I'm interested. Water scares me. Nah, I love swimming, so that's why I love. I think I would be water. But why do you think you're an earthbender? That's interesting. Oh, you're gonna have to move to the other shoulder. Okay, so our hand is very, very weak now. We have none of the we have basically none of the cards that we're hoping for, and we are going second. Our opponent is taking a long time to consider their mulligan, so either they're AFK. True, I do have Tuktuk, but Tuktuk by itself in our deck doesn't do very much. Tuktuk with Moraug is hilarious, but Tuktuk with anything else doesn't really help. Tuktuk with Kazandu Stomper, maybe? Do I play D&D? No, I do not play D&D. It just seems a little bit too time-consuming, so I never really got into that. Do you play D&D? Oh, my brother plays D&D, or the knockoff version of it, Path of something. I don't remember what it's called. Pathfinder. Yeah, he plays Pathfinder. Opponent goes first. Oh, really? Pathfinder is a version of D&D? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, shows you how much I know about it. What do you like about it? Oh, yikes. Our opponent has a very aggressive opening in Taijuru Blightblade. We're definitely going to have to sacrifice some creatures. Our best bet is probably to get Teeter Peak Ambusher out and then sacrifice Dauntless Survivor after we get the 1/1 counter on it. Let's not block this guy. I will take 1 damage, but it's fine with me. Marasa Brute comes down. Pretty scary, pretty scary. Ooh, okay. So this changes our strategy here. Skyclave Sentinel can't block that. Dauntless Survivor will help us survive, and we can trade for Taijuru. But that's not the most efficient plan. Rubblefort isn't gonna help us block the Brute either. Yeah, so maybe we just throw out the Sentinel for now. You like being something you're not, because you being a hero, and you like being a hero because you have issues. And you love elves. Those are pretty good reasons to play D&D. I mean, I think I hear you, buddy. If you've been bullied for a lot of your life, yeah, I can block this Blightblade. I don't really care about this Sentinel. If our opponent here has Marasa's Might, I also don't mind losing my Skyclave Sentinel to Marasa's Might. I think I can understand that. If getting bullied a lot kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sucks. But I guess the only thing I can say is, you know, there's always gonna be people who suck. So you just gotta ignore them and work on yourself to become the best version you can be. Elves. Why do you love elves? What kind of elves do you like? Are we talking? Oh, Shell Shield comes in. Okay, that's not good news for us. Rabid Bite comes in as well. Wow. Okay, so we are getting completely destroyed by this stupid Blight Blade. Here we are. Let's get I guess I'll get the Myriad Construct out. Although, no, let's get the Lagac. In case we draw a land or two, then we can maybe consider kicking the Myriad Construct instead. Of course, our opponent has Into the Royal, so we are getting destroyed. Our opponent is drawing their perfect hand. And even though we have enough lands and whatnot, we are getting pummeled. We can drop a land here. Bubble Snare, okay. Taps out our creature, attacks us for more damage, and here we are left with not much to work with, so we can throw out the Rubbleforts and the Dauntless Survivor. Dauntless Survivor can give our Rubblefort a 1/1, so maybe we can do make some magic happen here. Our opponent finally decides to slow down, give us some breathing space, so let's play the Visionary because we are hoping to draw lands. We do not see a land, but that's okay. We don't need the haste, so we will just slow down here. Okay, the Rubblefort goes back into our hand. That is not very nice. Alright, 6. We have the Rubblefort, so we definitely wanted to go with the Rubblefort memes. So we'll deal the 1 damage, we'll get the Rubblefort. Attack with the Visionary. So the Visionary is going to be bait. We want our opponent to block with the Blight Blade, but our opponent does not. So I guess we'll just take 3 and call it a day. Here we'll have to get the Dauntless Survivor out just as a chump blocker. Again on the Rubblefort. We are at 7 life, so that was a very dangerous play. Our opponent has a huge creature, but no way through our defenses for now. So we drop the land, and we can kick the Myriad Construct here. Oops, our opponent has no non-basic lands, so our Myriad Construct actually does absolutely nothing for its kicked cost. That actually leaves us very vulnerable, because we have Might of Murasa. The extra mana for the kicker should have been saved for Might of Murasa instead. So right now what we're hoping to draw is Cliffhaven Kitesail, so we can start flying over our opponent's creatures. Our opponent takes 1, and now we have our Moraug here. We don't have flying. Might of Murasa isn't going to do too much for us because we are very far behind, so we're just going to have to stall. Continue the stall game. Our opponent is roping, so I don't know what is the deal with that. I wouldn't mind an AFK win, honestly. Hey, if they just rope all the way to 0 and I win, I'm gonna be happy with that. It's gonna be a 7-0. 7-0 is still 7-0. Seafood Stalker, oh no. Oh no. So we draw a land, that's not what we want. But with the Seafood Stalker here, we're losing next turn. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, so that's 5 damage. Okay, so we have the Might of Moraug. This is basically our final turn here. Yeah, next turn our opponent is just going to attack with Seafood Stalker. We're going to be left at 1, and I don't think we can win. So our best bet is just to go all out here and hope for the best. Or we hold back. Blightblade will block the Moraug. And then nothing else matters because we don't have enough damage to kill our opponent anyway. So really our only hope is to draw Cliffhaven Kitesail next turn and attack for 15 with Might of Murasa. That's pretty much our best bet here. We have nothing. We're drawing dead. Our opponent is at 16 life. If they draw an island here, we lose. Oh, our opponent has Might of Murasa, so it doesn't even matter. There it is. Our opponent has Might of Murasa, so there's nothing we can do about that. And we lose. So, yep. That happened, but that's okay. We're only 6-1. 6-1, we still have 2 more tries to make this right. Let's see how we do. The Terminator. Alright, let's see if we have any luck against the Terminator. We go first, we have Akoum Hellhound, so seems pretty good. We are going first, so makes Akoum Hellhound a million times better. Mountain Hellhound. Hopefully our opponent is slow. Slow, please have a slow hand. Slow hand. That is a very, very fast hand. Ooh, we have Brushfire Elemental though, so that's interesting. This is basically as aggressive as our deck can possibly go. If we get our Pickaxe next turn, that would be absolutely insane. Our opponent can't block the Brushfire Elemental because it does not have enough power. I'm hoping our opponent here does not have... Yes! No, not enough mana for a pump spell. But a second Taijuru Blightblade, that's okay, that's okay. I'm okay with that. We have Brushfire Elemental. And yeah, we take 1, that's fine. I'm fine with that, I'm fine with that. Ooh, we have more lands to fuel our landfall, that is excellent. Play the mountain. Let's do this, let's do this. Get the Dauntless Survivor out. And put it on the Brushfire Elemental. And we'll attack for 6. Hello! Tech Mag DMs, how's it going? Happy New Year. I hope your New Year is going well and going better than whatever you were feeling in December. Or was that November? I know not much has changed really, just because we are now in 2021. But nonetheless, I hope things are going well for you. Okay, so our opponent has a bunch of stuff. They might have a pump spell now. But what can we do? Drop the land. And attack, I guess. I suppose we can attack with the Dauntless Survivor as well. I mean, that's a perfectly reasonable trade for me. If our opponent has any pump spells, we're gonna have to get them out of their hand anyway. So theoretically, the best way was to just attack with the Akoum Hellhound to bait it out, but I guess we didn't have the chance to do that. We can target a land here, make our land a 4/4 creature here. And let's see what else we've got. Okay, Myriad Construct is nice. Once again, we can drop yet another land. And we can drop Myriad Construct. And at this point, we just gotta go for the attacks as aggressively as possible. Because our opponent is very, very far behind. And we just need to deal as much damage as we possibly can. So our opponent is now at 1. The land gets bounced back to our hand. So next turn, hopefully, we can close this out and get our 7 wins. So we got really lucky here. Our opponent's deck didn't do at all what it was intended to do, and we got really lucky. Really, really lucky. That is 7 wins check it out. 7 wins and 1 loss, and let's do a debrief. So, our deck, once again, had Akoum Hellhound, Reclaim the Waste, Skyclave Pickaxe, Cliffhaven Kitesail, Sizzling Barrage, Teeter Peak Ambusher, 4 copies of Dauntless Survivor, very, very consistent, 1 Might of Marasa, that came in clutch, Brushfire Elemental, really aggressive, Expedition Champion worked very well because we had 4 copies of Dauntless Survivor. It was basically always a 4-3. Tuktuk Rubblefort was hilarious because we wanted to make the dream combo of Tuktuk Rubblefort, Cliffhaven Kitesail with our Moraug. The dream never came true, but you know, we had fun with it. Colony Ambush for the flip land and the green removal spell. Scale the Heights, Skyclave Sentinels, Spitfire Lagac. Again, this came in clutch. That 1 damage for that, I think, win number 6, that 1 damage, 1 or 2 damage that we got from Landfall made a difference. So don't underestimate Spitfire Lagac. Draga Visionary is pretty solid. Nissa Zendikar, very solid. Myriad Construct was our oddball, but hey, it's a rare, it's a funny card. And if it catches your opponent off guard, like if they don't have a blocker that can destroy a 4-4, you can get in lots of damage for 4-4. Didn't happen in our games, but it's a fun card, so we decided to include it anyway. Pyroclastic Hellion didn't do too much overall, but it did help us bounce a land that 1 game, so maybe that made a difference. Moraug, of course, was our dream, and although we only got to use its landfall ability once, and during that 1 time it didn't matter because we had Might of Marasa for a fatal anyway. Nonetheless, it's a very, very scary threat, and it was a lot of fun to play with. Kazandu Stomper did its job. What more can I say? We definitely got a lot of mileage out of our Dauntless Survivors and our Brushfire Elemental and our Akoum Hellhounds, and overall top decking luck. None of our opening hands were all that strong, but every single time we kept and we played, we picked up a Brushfire Elemental or an Akoum Hellhound in one of the draws. I think like 3 or 4 of the wins was just us top decking an Akoum Hellhound or a Brushfire Elemental, and that just we just stole the game away with so much early damage, supported by Dauntless Survivor, Skyclave Pickaxe. I mean, we had a Skyclave Pickaxe on a Hellhound with Kitesail Heaven, so we were attacking for like 4-5 damage when it was Brushfire Elemental every single turn, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. So this deck went 7-1. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun, and if you're on YouTube, please like and or subscribe, and if you are on Twitch, please drop me a follow. I will see you next time for more drafting. I still have a couple more drafts that I need to do before the rotation comes around, and so that I have enough videos I can post until the next set is available for draft. So let's do that. Good night, and see you later. Oh yeah, Yurt the Churt needs to say goodbye. Yurt the Churt's happy dance. We got to 7 wins. We did it. Yurt is very happy. And once again, good night.